The judges were looking from the arena at the situation that had just unfolded. Lady Ye Ling smiles and tells that someone's luck is going to be disappointed, as the Lady Luck was on the side of their He family's daughter. Bao Hu says that he could not believe that she found Ye Ling, or else she would have probably been out of the game. Lu Feng tells that he had never expected that Ye Ling would have the ability to save her in that situation. Hong Xiu agrees to that, as Ye Ling appeared in a vital time and she was more surprised about his ability. She said that his spirit pet seemed very powerful. Shang Lingkong smiled at the situation and told that the representatives this year are having their eyes on Ye Ling. Hong Xiu tells them that she had already gotten approval from the principal, as they do not usually accept male students, but for Ye Ling they were willing to break that rule. Ye Ling tells Hong that she was a matchmaker, as Ye Ling would be the only male in the academy. She laughs and says that it is a fair competition. Lu Feng tells that he is still confused about Ye Ling's, as he seems to be in need of federal credits, as he does not think that a genius like him would be treated that badly. The mayor says that it is because Ye Ling is not from any big family and his results are mediocre, and information is that he is only rank 1 level 2. Hearing this, everyone is shocked that he is not from a big family, and what is more, that he is of such a low level. They think that it is impossible. Back in the examination, Ye Ling is resting peacefully while Hua is looking at him and thinking how he became that powerful, as she used to remember that he was not that good in school. Hua goes to Ye Ling and tells him that they cannot fall asleep, and they were getting out tomorrow, so Hua wanted to talk to him. Ye Ling tells her that we should just rest and asks what the point of talking is. Hua says to him that if he talks to her that she would give him extra 5,000 federal credit points. Ye Ling gets excited as he asks if he is getting federal credit for just talking. Hua tells yes, as 5,000 credit points and nothing for her. Listening to that, Ye Ling in excitement asks what she wanted to talk about. Hua asks how he got that strong suddenly and explain what his spirit pet is, as she did not look like a zombie. Ye Ling explains that in fact his spirit pet is a zombie. Ye Ling hides the fact that she can evolve so as to not draw any kinds of weird experiments towards Shueyo. Hua asks if she is a mutant, as her ability was very strong. She thinks that she is not a zombie but a beauty. Hua says to Ye Ling that his ability should be rank 1 level 9, and it should not be hard for him to go to a top-level academy. So, she asks which academy he wanted to go to. Ye Ling tells her that he had not decided that yet. He tells her that he would choose the academy with lots of pretty girls. Hua is startled by this answer and calls Ye Ling a scumbag. He thinks that calling a scumbag was a harsh thing to say. Anyway, he tells her that they should leave now as they have finished eating and resting. Leave? Hua asks why. Was it not better to just wait there until tomorrow for the exam to end? Ye Ling in confidence says that since the others are resting and hiding right now, it was the best time to start hunting. Hua thinks of him as a lunatic, but it was safer to be with him, so she follows them. While they were walking, some beasts saw them and jumped to attack them. They were the demon ape of rank 1 level 7. 2 demon apes. Ye Ling thinks that it was nice and orders Shueyo to attack them. Shueyo uses her claw to attack the apes. Hua was watching in surprise, thinking that Ye Ling was truly lucky to have such a good-looking and strong spirit pet. Ye Ling orders Shueyo to quickly finish the battle. She does as he says and finished the fight. The next morning, the exam had finally ended. Both Ye Ling and Hua Xian get congratulatory message stating that they have successfully passed the first stage. Hua Xian thanks Ye Ling, as without him she could not have passed the exam. Ye Ling tells her that there is no need to thank him, as he only helped her for the 105,000 federal credit points that was promised to him. Hua Xian puffed her mouth, thinking that he was only interested in federal points. She tells him that she would give it tomorrow, as she always keeps her promise. He then bids farewell to her, saying that he needed to prepare for the second stage happening tomorrow. At the arena, the exam results were displayed. 82 students had passed, 403 were disqualified, and 72 students were killed. Some were celebrating while some were grieving. Shinji, Ye Ling's friend, had also passed the first round. Shinji sees that Ye Ling is not injured and thinks that he must have run quickly from danger. He consults Ye Ling that he can work for the next time, but sees that Ye Ling had passed and is surprised. The mayor, aka the city lord, congratulated him on passing the first stage and stated that they should start preparing for the next round. The others think that he had come to congratulate Tian, stating that he was a genius. Radiant City Li family patriarch Sun Li Sheng greets the city lord. The city lord tells him to prepare well for tomorrow and greet his father for him. He then goes to Ye Ling and tells him to prepare well for tomorrow's exam. Shenzi asks if Ye Ling knows the city lord. In shock, he says that he does not. In disbelief, Ye Ling tells Chenzo that he should go to the infirmary. Ye Ling tells Chen that he is tired and is leaving and bid farewell. Tian's friend tells him that he is Ye Ling, who has a trash zombie as a spirit pet. Tian looks like his pride was hurt and thinks that he would look at his combat ability during the second stage. At night, at Ye Ling's house, Ye Ling is relieved that the first stage of the exam was finally over, but without the system he would not be able to enter a Tamer Academy at all. He looks at his stats. He had hunted many monsters and obtained a lot of materials. He was thinking of selling them and making some money. He gets the message that the federal credit that was owed to him by Huoxian was in his account. It was enough to buy all the evolutionary materials needed for Shueyo. Since he had passed the first round of the assessment and completed the mission, he had obtained 3 spirit energy crystals. 1 crystal gave him 500, then with 3 he was going to get 1500 extra spirit energy. With the addition of 1500 spirit energy, now he had a total of 2400 spirit energy. A rank 1 tamer's spirit energy limit is 1000 and it can only exceed after breaking through to rank 2. Since there is no student in the academy whose spirit pet had reached rank 2, Ye Ling guesses that the second round of the assessment is going to be a piece of cake for him. After grinding for the whole night, he was famished. Now that he has so many federal credits, he thinks that he should treat himself to a big feast. He thinks that he would call Lao Chen to join him. Suddenly, he sees Huoxian's contact. Well, since he got so many federal points, he thinks that he should treat her to a meal to express his gratitude. Huoxian gets a call on her watch while she was bathing. She answers the call and asks who is calling. Ye Ling replies that it is him and invites her to go out to eat with him and his friends. Huoxian is exited hearing this and asks for the location and time. Ye Ling tells her that they would be meeting at Brilliant Road at 1 o'clock. Just as she was to ask something, he hung up the call. Huoxian puffs her face, thinking how he hung up while she was talking. Night at the decided place. Ye Ling and Chenzo were there. Chen asks Ye Ling how he could afford this place and asks if he is secretly rich. Ye Ling tells him that it is to celebrate them passing the first stage of the assessment and for Chenzo to recover from his injuries. Ye Ling tells him that one more person was joining them. Chenzo asks who it was. Just then Ye Ling points at a car and tells there she is. The vehicle stops and Huoxian steps out of the car and greets them. Ye Ling greets her too, but Chenzo was surprised and asks Ye Ling how he knows her. Ye Ling introduces Chenzo and Huoxian to each other. Chenzo blushingly greets her. Ye Ling calls them for eating. The manager comes running out asking Hua to come in. They are shown to their table and gourmet food are served to the. Chenzo in shock tells Ye Ling that it is his first time coming to this kind of restaurant. Ye Ling tells him that it is his treat today and he could eat as much as he wanted. Ye Ling also thanks Hua for being able to have this meal. Hua Xian tells them not to be so polite as though they were just friends. Ye Ling agrees. Chen Zhou is in his own world and was aching to eat. All of them then start eating. At Radiant City, Lu family. All of the family members want an explanation as he is lost and is no longer able to enter any Tamer's Academy. The clan people told Lu Wu that he could no longer occupy the position of young master of the Lu family. So, he should hand over the position of the young master and pass it on to the talent individual among the younger generation. They asked their head the patriarch Lu, now that it had come to this whether he would let him continue to take the position of the young master just because he is his son, as handing the family to trash would only ruin the family. The patriarch shouted at everyone to stop talking. Lu family patriarch, Lu Yun, makes his decision. He looks at his son, who is stating that he is useless and unlucky as he encountered the poison-scaled python in the dungeon. Grinding his teeth, Lu Yin says that from that day onwards Lu Wu was not longer the family's young master, and that position will be inherited by a talented individual from the direct branch of the younger generation. The clan tells the patriarch that he was a wise person, and his decision was wise and decisive. The members say that they would notify the rest of the family and pick someone from the younger generation for the young master position. Lu Wu thinks that without the position of the young master he would lose everything. With anger he swears that he would definitely kill Ye Ling. The next day, the students are gathered at the arena. Chen Zhou tells Ye Ling that the second round of the trial is battling, and he should be cautious, especially with his zombie. Ye Ling tells him not to worry as he is going to give his all. The city lord congratulated everyone who had successfully entered the second round of the trial. And today they would be battling for the top position. The city lord tells them to take out all their abilities and show their powers and put on a good show for all the academy representatives to see. The second trial was a random battle. As long as one side surrenders, cannot fight to get kicked out of the ring, they will be determined as the losing side, and the loser will get their result according to their losing time. Once the opponent loses the ability to fight back, they are not allowed to do anything that harms their life, or they will lose their exam qualification. But situation like people getting heavily injured and disabled is fairly normal in every year's trial. The city lord declared the trial shall now begin. The match was chosen. Ring 1, Hefei vs Chen Ji. Ring 2, Li Xingtian vs Feng Wu. Ring 3, Ma Xiaojian vs Tai Shan, and on the ring 4 was Ye Ling and Tian Che. Ye Ling is then bombarded with missions. Ye Ling was overwhelmed as this was the first time that he had triggered so many missions, and rewards could be stacked too. Ye Ling is then called Ring 4. Ye Ling gets to the ring and apologizes for being late. The referee tells him to be mindful of the time, as no response for a long period of time could cause the battle qualification to be taken down. Ye Ling thanks for the reminder. Ye Ling had never heard Tianchen name, so he was unsure of his opponent's ability. Tianchen calls his spirit pet a Uniceros. Ye Ling also calls his pet Shueyo. The audience are talking about Ye Ling pet. They are confused what that is. Was it a human? The other person states that it was obviously a pet. Some say that they want a pretty-looking pet too. Hua Ling notices that all the eyes were on Ye Ling. Heng Xiu states that having such a beautiful spirit is making all the people around him jealous. Tian thinks that Ye Ling was just another useless contender and orders his Uniceros to go and get rid of his spirit pet. The Uniceros dashes towards Shueyo. Ye Ling sees this and tells Shueyo to show them her strength with no mercy. Shueyo also goes to attack the Uniceros. She manages to stop the Uniceros with ease. Tian was surprised. Ye Ling tells Shueyo to finish it. Shueyo hears the command. She picks up the Uniceros, grabbing its horn. The audience were in shock that the Onisurus could not win in strength. They think that she was basically a beast in human form. Shueyo then throws the Onisurus out of the ring. The audience was in shock. The referee announced the first stage of Ring 4, Ye Ling won and he would proceed to the next round, and Nyan Chen was eliminated and entered rankings. Tian was shocked about the situation as Ye Ling was just a loser. Loser? Ye Ling hears this and states that no one is going to be a loser forever as long as one works hard, they will succeed eventually. Some of Ye Ling's missions were completed and his spiritual pet leveled up even further. From the other battles, in the Ring 1 Chen Shi had won, in Ring 2 Li Xingtian had won, and at the Ring 3, Ma Xiaojian had won. Ye Ling was at the side thinking that he had successfully broken through to rank 1 level 10, and every time the spirit levels up, the guardian spirit's physic will be boosted. Shueyo was currently in rank 1 level 10, one more level and he would be able to sign a contract with a second spirit pet. Just then Chen Zhou gets there. Ye Ling is shocked to see him. He asks if Chen is alright as he was very injured. He asks him if he would be able to fight properly in the next round. Shinji replies that it is no problem, they would just have to see who his opponent is in the next round, and if he got lucky then the other one might be more injured than he is. The first round of the assessment has been concluded. The performance of all the juniors from the various clans of Tianhui City was pretty good, the city lore announces. Ye Ling tells that after all the ability of the juniors of the various clans to enter the higher academy depended on the number of times these clans have entered the secret realm, and it was the foundation of the development of all the clans. Hong Xiu says that the further they get into competition the more exciting things are, and they would sit tight for what is to come. Not the next round, the battle for the top 21 contender was about to start. Now the battle lineup. Ye Ling was again chosen to fight on the first, it was with Feng Haotain. He tells Chen to relax for a while. Chen replies that Ye Ling did not have to worry about him, and he better work hard now that he is the large black horse. He then goes to the arena stating that he still cannot take this Feng Haotian lightly even though he is a large horse. Feng Haotian tells Ye Ling that he did well in the last round, but he is still too weak for him and tells Ye Ling to acknowledge his defeat early on in case he gets injured. Ye Ling tells him not to sound so full of himself as they still don't know who is going to win, and the only way to find that out was through fighting. From the audience, some people are thankful that Haotian got really luck this time as he did not get matched to someone from the 3 great clans, so he might be able to secure a win in this round. It was the patriarch of the Feng family. Haotian calls his pet, the green bird, and then attacks, telling Ye Ling that it is already too late for him to stop. Ye Ling also calls his spirit pet.
Thank you for joining us in this recap journey. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Comment if you have suggestions, want more of the series. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Do subscribe if you want more similar content. This is Universe Nexus, your passport to the immersive realms of anime and manga.